What if the 300 Spartans at Thermopylae were replaced by 100 American soldiers from the near future? Imagine Xerxes' scouts riding back pale-faced, reporting not bronze and crimson cloaks, but silent figures in dark, angular armor, weapons that hum and glow with designs no artisan has ever seen. The hot gates sit quiet, almost reverent, as if the land itself is holding its breath. Are these gods come to punish an empire, monsters from a nightmare, or men with machines that rewrite the rules of war? The question hangs there. Does technology make them unbeatable, or merely postpone the cost of war? And Xerxes, confident in numbers, scoffs and prepares to test that mystery. Xerxes scoffs at the report. Only 100? He gives the order. The Immortals move like a bronze river, shields up, spears leveled, pouring into the narrow pass.
They expect a simple, glorious victory. Tight ranks, thunderous contact, the enemy swept away by disciplined formations. Pride and momentum carry them forward, blind to the thing waiting in the dark. The air shatters with a sound the world has never heard, a deafening, rapid crackle that rips across the pass. Hundreds of yards away, the front ranks fold like paper, dropping in perfect, horrifying lines as if struck by lightning. There are no arrows, no drums, just thunder and death. The advance screeches to a halt. Men freeze, faces draining of color. Xerxes' scouts whispering of gods. Stunned terror spreads through the army. Panic erupts. The Immortals, trained to be the backbone of an empire, snap like brittle twine. Shields clatter, ranks shudder, then break. Men stumble over the dead, trampling one another in a blind, terrible retreat. Officers shout orders that vanish into chaos. To them, it feels like the gods have reached down and struck. No arrows, no visible foe, just an invisible force punching through bronze and leather, leaving stunned survivors to flee into the dark, convinced they fought something beyond mortal. The Americans hold the line like a single, precise instrument, a machine of lethal efficiency. A small drone hangs overhead, providing overwatch and seeding them real-time intel, picking targets no human eye can see. Night vision turns the dark into a nightmarish map of green silhouettes. They methodically pick apart probing attacks with controlled bursts and cold calculation, until the pass itself becomes a sealed wall. For 2 days, the pass becomes a lawless funnel of death. Wave after wave, Medes, Scythians, the empire's finest, pour in and shatter against a wall of modern firepower. The Americans don't move like men. They operate like a machine of war. Surgical bursts, suppressed voices, a single drone painting targets every second. Spears fill the ground, shields pile up. By sunset, each advance looks smaller. By dawn, the field is a map of holes and grief. Xerxes' camp whispers of demons at the hot gates, ghosts that riddled ranks with invisible thunder. Fear, more than tactics, begins to slowly bleed the empire. Then the first crack appears in the American machine. A squad leader's radio dies, dead battery, no spare in that pack. A drone shudders, then plummets after a lucky arrow finds its propeller. The feed goes dark. What felt like invulnerability becomes fragile in an instant. Night vision hums, and satellite fixes can't conjure more magazines or another drone from across an ocean. Soldiers start doing math where blood used to be. Rounds per man, hours until silence, distance to the nearest resupply. Shock and awe curdles into something quieter and worse, the slow calculus of attrition. Can technology buy time, or can it outlast a continent? Exhaustion becomes their new enemy. For days, the men run on stimulants and sheer will, chewing through caffeine, pills, adrenaline, everything that keeps reflexes sharp for one more firefight. The clean efficiency that once turned the pass into a tomb peels away.
Reactions lag by razor edges, radios go dark, and the little rituals that held them together start to fray. Precision fire gives way to hurried reloads and blurred optics, fingers fumbling bolts they'd once operated in their sleep. A machine of war becomes a string of tired humans, each one counting magazines like cash, rationing batteries like food, silently hoping attrition doesn't outlast their tech. Then, the unthinkable happens. A local guide, hungry for reward, points out a hidden goat track that snakes around the ridge, and Xerxes, desperate and furious, moves faster than anyone expected, dispatching a flanking force to slip behind the hot gates. In an instant, the Americans' greatest asset, the narrow choke that turned numbers into impotence, no longer exists. Their fields of fire become corridors of danger. Radios and drones don't matter when soldiers pour in from the rear. Plans turn to panic. They scramble to plug holes that aren't there. The pass has become a trap. They are boxed in, and the calculus of the fight just changed. Alarms scream in their ears. Drone optics lock. Heat signatures bloom. A wedge of men moving where the map said none. For a heartbeat, every soldier freezes. Then the world splits. The disciplined long-range duel collapses into a brutal vice. From ridge and scrub come two dark tides pouring into the pass. There is no safe distance anymore. Sniper shots and precision strikes are swallowed by a roar of shields and sandals. Men scramble, abandoning overwatch, trading clean angles for blood and leverage. Every shot takes twice as long to count. Every step is fought hand to hand. The pass narrows into one terrifying math of bodies. Magazines click empty. The staccato of automatic fire dies and is swallowed by a new, uglier music. The sickening crunch of Kevlar meeting bronze. The metallic clang of combat knives on iron. Their armor, clever, layered, built to stop high-velocity rounds, wasn't built for this. It splinters under shove and thrust. Straps tear, seals burst, and the gap between modern kit and raw steel narrows to nothing. Men who once fired with surgical calm are shoved into grapples, into the grinding, hand-to-hand chaos they trained to avoid. Each lost magazine is a lost margin. Slowly, inevitably, the line bows. Control gives way to survival. They ran out of bullets. They ran out of options. The last magazines clicked empty, and then nothing but the ancient rhythm of spear and shield filled the pass. Wood on metal, leather on boot. Kevlar stopped arrows and took blows, but it could not stop weight. It could not stop numbers. It could not stop heartbeats pressed flat under bodies. Men who had been gods of distance became fists and knives in a world that moved inward. One by one, they were overwhelmed, swallowed by a tide of bronze. The final soldier fought with his hands and a knife until he was buried under a mountain of bodies, his last breath lost in the crush. The dust settles. Bodies clog the pass. Bronze and Kevlar tangled in a cruel, impossible braid. The air tastes of smoke and blood and the metallic quiet of too many dying. Xerxes stands over a victory that feels like defeat. He holds the ground, but his army is a butchered thing. Tens of thousands gone. His best troops gone. His pride hollow. Across the empire, the story will spread. A hand of gods, demons in dark armor, warriors who fell like meteors and left the earth scarred. It is a costly legend, born of tech and tragedy. In the end, was this proof that technology is the ultimate weapon, or merely a clock that bought a little more time?